Karen screamed at me for stealing her parking spot. Police towed her car. I, 27M, live in an apartment complex with assigned parking. Each tenant pays extra for their space, and mine is directly under a light post, perfect for late-night shifts when I come home. Across the lot is a woman I'll call Karen. She doesn't pay for reserved parking. Instead, she uses the visitor lot. From the day I moved in, she gave me side-eye every time I parked, muttering things like, "Some people think they're special." I ignored her, chalking it up to neighbor drama. One evening, I came back from work around midnight and found Karen standing in my spot with her arms crossed. Her car was nearby, engine running. As I pulled in, she waved me down. "This is my spot," she declared. I told her politely, "No, it's assigned to me, numbers painted on the ground." She rolled her eyes. "I've been here longer. You don't need this one. Park somewhere else." I laughed, thinking she was joking. But she didn't move. She physically stood in the spot like a human barrier. I circled the lot, came back, and she was still there. Finally, she sighed dramatically, got into her car, and drove off. I thought that was the end of it. Spoiler, it wasn't. The next morning, I walked out to find a handwritten note taped to my windshield. "Selfish people steal spots. Be a decent neighbor." No signature, but the handwriting screamed Karen. Later that day, I caught her glaring as I left for work. I said, "Morning." She hissed, "Thief." Days passed, and every time I returned, she parked closer and closer to my spot, sometimes half blocking it so I had to squeeze in. Once she deliberately left her trash bin in my space. I moved it aside, but my patience was thinning. I reported it to management, who rolled their eyes. "Yeah, that's Karen. We've had complaints, but she's harmless." I asked if they could tow if she parked in my space. They said yes, but they'd need proof. I bought a cheap dashcam and set it to record overnight. That night, at 2 a.m., my phone buzzed with a notification. Motion detected. I checked the footage and saw Karen pulling into my spot, smirking as she got out. Jackpot. The next morning, I knocked on her door. She opened with a fake sweet smile. "Yes," I said. "Karen, please stop parking in my spot. I pay for it. Management has rules." Her face twisted instantly. "Don't you dare lecture me. I've lived here 10 years. You just showed up. Respect your elders." I calmly replied, "I have proof from my dashcam. If it happens again, I'll call management and towing." She shrieked, "You wouldn't dare," and slammed the door. I thought maybe that threat would scare her off. But nope. That evening, I came home and, surprise, her car was planted squarely in my spot. I parked in the visitor lot and emailed management with the footage attached. The next morning, Karen cornered me at the mailboxes. "You little snitch," she spat. "Running to mommy management because you can't handle a neighbor. You're pathetic." I replied, "You broke the rules." Actions have consequences. She stomped off, yelling loud enough for the whole complex to hear. This isn't over. 2 nights later, I returned from work, and once again my spot was blocked, this time by 2 cars. Karen's and her friends. Both squeezed in like they owned the lot. My dashcam caught them laughing as they pulled in. That was the final straw. I called management, who told me to go ahead and call a tow company. They gave me the number they use. I dialed, explained the situation, and within 30 minutes, a tow truck rumbled in. The driver checked the lot, nodded, and hooked both cars up. Karen burst out of her apartment barefoot, screaming, "Stop!" "That's my car." The driver shrugged and said, "Not anymore, lady." She yelled at me. "You'll regret this," I calmly said. "Maybe now you'll learn the rules." Neighbors gathered, phones out, recording. Some even cheered as both cars were hauled away. Karen stood in the lot, red-faced, screaming profanities into the night. The next day, Karen banged on my door. I didn't answer. Later, she cornered me outside, shoving a bill in my face. $450 to get my car back. You owe me, I said flatly. No. Park in your own spot. Oh, wait. You don't pay for one. She shrieked and stormed off. Later, she posted a rant on the neighborhood Facebook group. Some people don't respect their elders and think they own the place. I was just borrowing a spot. The comments roasted her. Dozens of neighbors chimed in. It's assigned parking. Stop acting entitled. One even posted a photo of the tow truck from the night before. Karen deleted the post, but not before screenshots spread. Management emailed the building, reminding everyone. Reserved spaces are for the tenant listed only. Violators will be towed without warning. Clearly targeted at her. For a week, Karen avoided me. No glares, no notes, no shouting. I thought maybe, just maybe, she'd learned her lesson. But entitlement runs deep. One Saturday morning, I went grocery shopping. When I returned, arms full of bags, guess who was in my spot again? Yep, Karen. Except this time she was sitting in the driver's seat, windows down, blasting music. As I pulled up, she smirked. Go ahead, call your little tow truck again. I'll just move when they arrive. I sighed, parked in the visitor lot, and went inside. But instead of calling right away, I decided to wait her out. An hour later, I looked outside. She was still there, scrolling her phone like she was on guard duty. Ridiculous. Finally, I called the tow company again. They arrived fast. Karen panicked, jumped in the car, and tried to drive off, but too late. The tow driver blocked her in. She screamed at him, at me, at the sky. Her car got hauled away again. By now, everyone in the complex knew Karen's antics. She became a running joke. Kids called her Tow Truck Lady. People avoided her at the mailboxes. Even her so-called friends stopped parking near her. She tried one last power move, leaving a nasty letter under every neighbor's door claiming I was harassing her. But no one believed her. I shared dashcam clips in the building group chat. The evidence was undeniable. Management finally issued her a formal violation notice. Another offense, and she'd face eviction. Word spread quickly. Karen stopped parking anywhere near my spot. The funny part? She started walking 2 blocks to park at a public lot rather than risk towing again. All because she refused to admit she wasn't entitled to my space. Now my spot is safe, and I come home without stress. But the image of Karen screaming as her car got lifted onto that tow truck? Priceless. Neighbors still bring it up and laugh. She glares but keeps quiet. James, another neighbor, told me, "Dude, you're a legend." We've all wanted to see her get what she deserved. Turns out, I wasn't the only one she targeted, just the first who fought back. So, Reddit, was I wrong for calling the tow company? Or did Karen finally get the karma she'd been begging for? Update. A month later, management informed me Karen broke her violation again. She parked in someone else's assigned space. That tenant didn't hesitate to call towing. After the second violation, management began eviction proceedings. Rumor is, she's moving out next month. Neighbors are already planning a goodbye Karen barbecue in the courtyard. I don't know if that's petty or perfect, but one thing's for sure. The parking lot feels a whole lot calmer without her drama.